The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Chevy powerhouse.
Couple drives, and they'll go straight ahead with Cody Schrader. And Cody Schrader leading the convoy. Finally taken down at the 1.
Of all the almost for Mizzou football this season, that's going to be the one that hurts the most. If Cody Schrader gets one more yard on that run, Mizzou probably goes on to beat number 1 Georgia. The same number 1 Georgia trying to become back-to-back champions tonight against TCU. Let's go to Stan's Inglewood Palace that charges you $17 for a beer at the national championship game. And the Dogs had something to prove. First drive, they kick off the scoring on this Stetson Bennett keeper for the touchdown, and they would not stop scoring. Bennett to a Donnie Mitchell for the one-handed catch for 6 more, and it's a blowout in the national championship game. Georgia wins 65-7, the largest margin of victory in college bowl game history. One of the most electrifying football players the state of Missouri has ever produced is headed to the Hall of Fame. Kirkwood's Jeremy Macklin is the 8th Mizzou Tiger to earn induction into the College Football Hall of Fame. J-Mac only played 2 years at Mizzou and is still 5th all-time in receiving yards for the program. Nowadays, he's the head coach at his alma mater of Kirkwood. The Blues currently have enough players on injured reserve to field a pretty decent starting 5 on the ice. And the news got even worse today. Defenseman Robert Bortuzzo is heading to the injured list as well. The team has called up defenseman Dmitry Samorikov from the AHL. The good news is that on the ice, things have been all right despite the injuries. The Blues are heading home after getting 6 of a possible 8 points on their 4-game road trip, and they know home is a place where they need to be better. Currently holding a losing record at Enterprise this season.
We've lost a lot of players here, but again, we've got guys that are coming up and doing the job, and I think they're seeing that, and we're all believing that we can do the job. We got to establish our, record first. With at home, it's not been good enough this year, and we have an opportunity to really gain some ground on people in the league here at home, and it starts with Calgary at home.
It's the dreaded Black Monday in the NFL. It's the annual day coaches hit the free agent market. The Texans axed Lovie Smith after just 1 season. He did win his final game at the helm to take the Texans out of the first place spot in the draft. The Cardinals also cut ties with their head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, after 4 seasons in Arizona and only 1 playoff appearance. Here's some good news. Bills safety Damar Hamlin is on his way back to Buffalo. Hamlin had been in a hospital in Cincinnati since suffering cardiac arrest during last Monday night's game against the Bengals. The entire NFL recognized Hamlin's fight this past week, with the Bills pulling off some incredible moments to honor number 3. Hamlin will now spend some time at the Gates Vascular Institute in Buffalo. In less than 2 months, we'll get to watch our town's new soccer team play an MLS game inside their new stadium downtown. That sounds pretty great, right? You know what would make it even better? Having a homegrown player on that first roster. Well, I've got some good news. Today, the club signed 15-year-old Columbia, Illinois native Caden Glover as the team's first ever homegrown signee from their academy. A forward, Glover's deal is for 5 years, set to run through the 2027 season. So while typical Columbia high schoolers are worried about prom and that big game coming up against Waterloo, Caden will be a professional athlete. Not too bad bragging rights around Columbia High School.
That is
That's
pretty
incredible.
cool. Yeah, 15 years old. Corey, thanks.